In France, politeness is not being nice. That's the mistake everyone arrives with. Politeness is how you show you know where you are. Most English speakers misunderstand French politeness, and it's not their fault. In much of the English-speaking world, politeness means warmth. Smile, go casual, first names, put the person at ease, be friendly, fast, lovely, slightly terrifying, but lovely. French politeness often runs the other way. It isn't always trying to create warmth. Half the time, it's trying to protect distance. It says, I see you, I understand your role, I understand mine, and I am not barging into your space like a shopping goblin with a passport. That's the key. In English, friendliness reduces distance. In France, the right distance is the politeness. Skip bonjour, walk into a pharmacy and open with your rash like it is a PowerPoint presentation, and the French don't hear confidence. We hear disorder. Today, I want to explain the French politeness code, not just the words, the whole little machine. It will not make you French, let's not become silly, but it may stop the baker looking at you like you were raised in a barn. Number 1, bonjour opens the door. Let's start with bonjour, not because it's the whole story, but because it is the door. In France, the request doesn't open the interaction. The greeting does. You walk into a bakery and say, "Do you have croissant?" In your head, it sounds efficient, but in the baker's head, it sounds like pastry servant, report. Same question, wrong entrance. Much safer, bonjour madame, est-ce que vous avez des croissants, s'il vous plaît? That one sentence changes the room. It says, I see you, before I need you. You say bonjour entering a small shop, a pharmacy, a town hall, an estate agency, a doctor's waiting room, or passing a neighbor in a village. Now, don't say bonjour to every human in a giant supermarket. Please don't stand by the yogurts shouting bonjour at strangers. We have problems already. The smaller the space, the stronger the greeting. Bakery? Yes. Waiting room? Yes. The Paris metro at rush hour? No. The people in there aren't living. They are being transported as regret. Remember this, a bad accent is survivable. No bonjour, however, is suspicious. Number 2, vous is a polite fence. Now, tu and vous both mean you. Tu is informal, vous is formal and plural. But this isn't only grammar. It is social distance. The safe rule is simple. Start with vous. Let France invite you closer. Use vous with strangers, shopkeepers, doctors, estate agents, notaires, city hall staff, older people, professionals. If someone wants to move to tu, they will say it out loud. On peut se tutoyer? Can we use tu with each other? Do not, under any circumstances, start with tu because you want to sound relaxed. France has not authorized your relaxation. In plenty of settings, tu is completely normal. Friends, family, children, a lot of younger people. But sitting in a notaire's office asking about inheritance law or at the pharmacy describing a cream-related emergency is not the moment to be funky. Use vous. And vous isn't cold. It means I am not assuming intimacy. A fence, yes, but a nice fence. Painted, maintained, possibly declared to the authorities. Number 3, Madame and Monsieur recognize the role. In English, Sir and Madam can sound stiff, occasionally like someone is about to sell you a bad hotel room. In French, Madame and Monsieur still do real work. They recognize the person in their role. The shopkeeper isn't your servant, and you are not their best friend. You are two people in a structured exchange, which is why barking a request at a counter lands so badly here. The French customer is not king. The procedure is king. The queue is watching, and the woman behind the counter has a spine, a roll, and possibly scissors. So here is the safe formula. Bonjour, madame, je voudrais une baguette, s'il vous plaît. Merci, au revoir, bonne journée. 4 lines. A civilization with crust. And all of this is the small version of a much larger French truth. Things go better when you know the role, the order, the right person, and the correct door to knock on. True in a bakery, extremely true when you are buying property, because in France, confidence without the right sequence isn't confidence, it is a future invoice. If you are serious about buying in France, you have heard about property shows, and the one to know about is the French property show taking place at Cheltenham Racecourse, England, this 12th and 13th of September. Because here is what usually happens. You sit at your kitchen table, 5 browser tabs open, and you try to learn an entire country's property law from a forum where someone called Francophile Dave last posted in 2019. So the sane alternative is to go to the French property show, where the people who do this for a living are standing in a room and you ask them questions. Estate agents are there in person, covering the areas you've been circling on a map at night: Brittany, Normandy, Gironde, Dordogne, Charente, Limousin, Gers, Indre, and more. You know, the places where your money still buys a garden. There is even an actual French notaire. There are free seminars running through the day, and they cover the boring parts: visas and residency, tax, inheritance, currency exchange, insurance, and the buying process. None of it is thrilling, yet all of it is the difference between a delusion and a very expensive lesson. This is a boutique show on purpose. You can actually talk to a professional without a queue forming behind you. Take your time, wander. The ticket is a weekend pass, so come Saturday, come Sunday, come both, and tickets are completely free. You can book them using the QR code on screen or via the link you will find in this video's description, as well as in the pinned comment. So if buying in France has gone from a croissant-filled daydream to something you might actually do, this is the event to go to and meet the people who will help you do it. Number 4, the table is shared time. In France, the meal is not only fuel. Yes, the body needs maintenance, but a meal is also a structure. You wait, you notice, you thank the host, and you do not rush people through the courses like dinner is a gas station with plates. UNESCO put the gastronomic meal of the French on its intangible heritage list in 2010 because it is a social practice. Togetherness, sequence, pleasure, the passing down of all of it. Which doesn't mean every French dinner is Versailles. Plenty of families eat in total chaos, arguing about politics, digestion, and whether the cousin's new boyfriend has a face one can trust. But the rule underneath holds. The meal is shared time, and shared time has manners. So when you are invited, you are not only consuming food, you are stepping into a rhythm. Wait before you start. Pay attention. Compliment something. Thank the host. Don't treat the table as a place where calories merely happen, or the French will look at you as though you have eaten the napkin. Number 5, the frame in public life. The same logic runs through public and professional life. Appointments, emails, administration, doctors, banks, property viewings. Politeness means you respect the frame before you try to get anything out of it. Be on time for professional and administrative appointments. If you are going to be late, warn the person beforehand, not 3 hours afterwards with "traffic was crazy, lol." The other person's time exists even when it isn't yours. Yes, tiny revelation. And in emails, don't fire the request straight at someone's face. In English, this is fine. Hi, can you send me the document? Thanks. In French, especially formally, you want bonjour madame. Je me permets de vous contacter au sujet de mon dossier. Pourriez-vous m'envoyer le document, s'il vous plaît? Je vous remercie par avance. Cordialement. Is it sexy? No. It is a grey cardigan with legal powers, but it says, I know the frame. At the city hall, same idea. Don't arrive with, I need this done today. Lovely. So do 87 other people and a fax machine nicknamed Gérard, who has been dying since 2006. Start with, bonjour madame, excusez-moi. Je viens pour mon dossier. Est-ce que vous pourriez m'indiquer la marche à suivre? La marche à suivre means the steps to follow. That's as smooth as admin jazz. Number 6, the safe default code. So, here are the sentences you should write down. For a shop, bonjour madame, je voudrais une baguette, s'il vous plaît. For help, bonjour, excusez-moi, est-ce que vous pourriez m'aider, s'il vous plaît? For English, bonjour, excusez-moi, est-ce que vous parlez anglais? For not understanding, excusez-moi, je ne comprends pas très bien. Vous pouvez répéter, s'il vous plaît? For switching to tu, on peut se tutoyer? And for living almost anywhere, merci beaucoup, au revoir, bonne journée. You don't need to memorize every French rule. Just hold the order. Start formal, acknowledge the person, respect the distance, make the request, close the exchange. That alone will save you from a great many tiny French disasters. Not all of them, we do keep some for local color. So, why do we take politeness this seriously? Because it makes social life legible. It tells people, I see you, I understand your role, I respect the distance, I know this is your shop, your office, your table, your time, your counter, your waiting room. I'm asking something from you, not grabbing it. French politeness isn't pretending to adore everyone. We are French, let's not invent crimes. It's the little ceremony that lets daily life happen without everyone turning into an incident. Bonjour opens the door. Vous keeps the distance. Madame and Monsieur recognize the role. Merci and au revoir close the exchange. You won't get it perfect every time. We don't get friends perfect either. That's why we invented complaining. However, once you understand the code, you stop thinking, why are they so cold? And you start seeing the system. And then, only then, you may ask about the cheese. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Je t'aime. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Jessie? Jessie? Qu'est-ce que tu fais, Jessie? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Nala? Nala? Qu'est-ce que tu fais, Nala? Jessie se lave les pieds. Ça pue, Jessie. Ça pue. Nala. Jessie. Jessie. Tu joues avec la souris? Je t'aime. Qu'est-ce que tu fais, je t'aime?